From renting versus buying a home to trying to lower your taxes, it is Money Monday. It's a segment here at 4 where we talk about easy to understand ways to navigate your finances. Here to help us, as always, is financial expert Paul Hood from Hood CPAs. Paul, good to see you. Welcome back.
Too.
We have 3 viewer questions today. The first one is from Caleb, and a lot of people are in this situation, I feel like. With the housing market where it is right now, my wife and I are holding off on buying a house and staying renters. We have money saved up for a down payment. At what point, though, should we start considering buying a home?
Well, I think they should be looking at it. Just because you look doesn't mean you have to buy. Now, you have to balance cash flow, but when you're renting, you're paying somebody else's mortgage, you're building somebody else's equity, you're creating wealth for somebody else. So you have to factor in, if you buy, you're going to have insurance, you're going to have taxes, you're going to have maintenance and upkeep, mowing and all that kind of stuff. But you're also building equity. So I would tell them to be looking right now. Interest rates are on the rise, which means it's going to typically slower the real estate market. And you might find the deal that you're really looking for. You got to be careful though and not get deal heat. It's called deal heat, and you just get so excited you do it, do something stupid. So as long as you're willing to step away and say no, start looking now. There's deals to be had now.
Yeah, in their situation, just don't force it. Wait for that great deal.
That's exactly
All
right.
Our next question comes from Rick. Rick says this: I'm looking for a way to lower my taxes. Is contributing to a flexible spending account or health savings account a good way to do so?
So yeah, the purpose of those types of accounts is you can deduct on your tax return mortgage, interest, charities, and medical expenses. Now, medical expenses have to exceed the ceilings, which is typically 7.5% of your income. So majority of people get zero tax benefits for paying their out-of-pocket medical. So these health savings accounts, HSAs, especially if you do them through work, you can put money into there, and it's pre-federal, state, and sometimes pre-Social Security taxes. Then you use that money to reimburse yourself for the medical. So you're backdooring getting a tax deduction for the medical expenses. So they're a great idea, absolutely. And HSAs can carry over year to year.
Okay. And our next question today comes from Dean. And Dean says, I'm 67 years old. I want to know how a total withdrawal from my 401k will impact my Social Security. How would my Social Security payments be affected by a monthly 401k distribution?
So first, Dean, don't do a total withdrawal. Don't do that, because what that is that's probably a sign of an emotional decision that I got to get it out of the market. Well, just because it's in a 401k or an IRA, you can be conservative with it and let that money come back up. The real reason he's asking the question is there's 2 things. One, if you make over a certain amount of money, Obama changed it to where you had to pay more for your Medicare expenses, your Medicare premiums, I should say. And so what happens if he has a spike in income, then his Social Security's net is going to go down because he's going to have to pay a higher insurance premium, if you will. Now you can reset after a year. So you just play that game. It's a pretty wide range, but typically if you take a monthly withdrawal out of the 401k or an IRA, then it shouldn't affect it that much. But if he takes a lump sum, it's going to cost him.
Okay. Don't withdraw everything.
No, don't do that.
Good advice. All right, Paul, thanks.
Thank you.
If you have a financial question you'd like me to ask Paul next week, just send us an email at moneymonday@griffin.news.